Welcome back to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel. My name is Matthew, and welcome to a very special episode of Beyond the Lines. It's the show where we usually get an opposition supporters' view when it comes to previewing Newcastle's next game, but we are taken by Euro fever. We are in the midst of international tournament football, so what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on England's next game, which is the big one. Scotland, Wembley, Friday night. And to help me preview this one, I am joined by a big Newcastle supporter. You might have seen his work on Twitter with Magpin, at Magpin1. Does some really good work. Go and check it out if you haven't. It's the brilliant, it's the beautiful, and the most importantly for this video, the Scotsman. Euan, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great, mate. Thanks for having me on.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Look, it's getting close. It's getting close. It's currently Thursday evening. You know, before we get into the game, Scotland at the Euros. First time in ages. Forget about the Czech game. Forget about what's coming. What does that feel like for you?
It's brilliant. It's the first one that I can remember because I was only 2 years old in 98. So it's bittersweet not being able to be there.
It is a shame.
But the telly will do.
The telly will do. I mean, you've just said that. I mean, it was 96, sorry. 96 the last 96. Time. But, you know, it obviously must feel great for all those Scottish fans, for you guys. But not to put on the other side of the coin, since the Czech game, you've built up the Czech Republic game. Have you feeling soured a little bit since then? Is it sort of reality setting a little bit?
It's difficult because of the 23 years that we've not been there before. Mm-hmm. There's the idea that we should just be happy to be here. Yeah. But when you look at the three games that we have in this group, and the first one was the real chance to feel like we could get out of this group. So it was a bit bruising, I would say the word is to describe that. But still 2 games left, and I think you can maybe get out of the group with just 3 points and a decent enough goal difference. So if we can somehow get that out of the 2 games, then who knows? Yeah. It's definitely not over.
No, it's definitely 100%. I certainly wouldn't. It's only 1 game played. I mean, before we move on, what were your thoughts on that Czech Republic game? I mean, I thought you started off well. It seemed like you were going to have most of the ball, but you know, it just didn't come to fruition. Any of them chances.
I didn't think we played too bad. Definitely we started well enough. And I think over the whole game we had 19 attempts, and I'm not that big into XG, but I took a look at the expected goals chart, and we were up at like 2.5, and Czech were only at 0.8. So
yeah. When Newcastle supporters, mate, we don't do XG. When Newcastle supporters,
the only way I could describe that Czech game in Newcastle terms was it was like watching Brighton with all these chances and not being able to score. I felt like we were quite unlucky.
Was Scotland the Brighton in this scenario?
Yes, definitely.
And just a shame Czech Republic weren't Newcastle.
True, yeah.
But I mean, it's like I said, first time you've been at the Euros since '96. At that time, I'm just trying to make you feel a bit better before we preview the game. That time, a certain Mr. Uri Geller had a hand in, you know, moving the ball from McAllister to Mr. Penalty. And I've read today that, you know, he's now on the side of Scotland. He's gonna use he can feel spirits or something. He's gonna be doing something. He's gonna be holding a Scotland shirt after getting 11,000 hate letters after what he did in '96. So, mate, that surely doubled your confidence for a result on Friday. Now,
100%.
On side.
I mean, I was already confident on it, so now it's double confidence.
Well, let's talk about confidence because I obviously support England. I love watching England in tournament football. Maybe it's the Newcastle fan of me. I'm getting a bit, you know, sort of measured. A lot of people tell me how much we're going to beat us by. We're going to, you know, destroy this game. You've just said you're confident. How do you feel going into the game? Is that one word, confident?
Maybe confidence a bit too much, but it's England, Scotland, and it's major tournament football. It's a completely one-off game. So who knows? I mean, I would say after watching the England-Croatia game, I'm a bit more confident than I was pre-tournament because England got the result in the end, and they were comfortable. More so, Croatia were pretty poor. But watching the game, I thought we will create chances against England. We will.
We will concede chances. Yeah. And it all depends on how ruthless we are with the chances we create. But there's a mistake on that side, I think, and there's a tendency to perhaps switch off. So it's whether you can exploit that. But then again, going on the last game, you're a bit toothless in attack. I'm sure Steve Clarke's going to make changes. What changes would you make? I mean, a lot of people were speaking about not starting Shea Adams. You've got like the whole boy Ryan Fraser on the bench. What was there any changes that you would definitely make going into that England game?
Shea Adams, 100%. He will start. I think Clarke will start him. I don't think it will be in place of Dyksel. I think he'll start the both of them,
which could be a good partnership. Really, I think it could be.
I mean, they've only played once together, and that was against Luxembourg. And they linked up well that game. But this game will suit Dykes more than the Czech Republic game did, 100%, because Dykes is good at holding the ball up, and then that's about it. But with Adams can hold the ball up as well, and then he can finish.
Yeah.
So the two of them together should work well.
Yeah.
Especially if Tierney's back, and I'm going off Twitter and what people are saying that Tierney will be playing. So,
educate me, Euan. Where does Tierney play when Robertson's playing at left wing back? Whereabouts does he slot into your team?
Tierney plays left centre back. So when you see the start
three.
When you see the starting formations, Tierney is left centre back. But in the game, Tierney does more overlapping than Robertson will do.
So he has this underlapping centre half weirdness. Yeah,
it's crazy. Tierney. There was the argument that it's difficult to get both of them in the side, and I think we found the best way to do that, and that is Tierney left centre back and Robertson at left back. But there was the argument that Tierney seems to be a little bit better at attacking than Robertson, especially last season.
He certainly had a lot of eyes on him at Arsenal. I thought he was a very good player. I think when you're looking at left backs for the season, I mean, he could have run Luke Shaw quite close without his injuries until he got injured, because I think Luke Shaw had a fantastic season. But Tierney's definitely, as a player, I didn't think much of him when he came from Celtic to Arsenal. Obviously, he got injured early on. But when I've watched him, he certainly looked good, and I think I remember him scoring a very good goal against West Brom. He could make a massive difference for you guys, not just going forward, but I mean, didn't you just have to change your formation against the Czech Republic because of his injury?
No, we played the same formation. It was Liam Cooper that came in at left centre back, who's a very good centre half for Leeds, and he's also left footed. But we really struggled when Liam Cooper had the ball, because he couldn't really drive forward. He couldn't pick that pass over the top to Robertson. It was a big miss. He was a really big miss. He's vital. Tierney's vital to that formation. So
you've said Shea Adams, you've said Tierney. Are you happy with that middle of the park? You've got McTominay there.
Yeah, I had a change. I actually wrote down my lineup here, but I can't remember who I've taken out. I've taken out Armstrong from
Southampton.
Yeah, I've taken him out. I didn't think he had a terrible game, but I want to see Billy Gilmour play.
I don't, because I think he's good. Yeah, I think he's a good player, very, very strong player. Not strong physically, just strong in terms of ability.
And I don't see any reason why we can't play Gilmour when I don't actually know how old Gilmour is. I don't think he's older than 20 yet.
Nah.
But you've got Bellingham coming on at 17.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is Gilmour's first goal up. He should have been called up two international breaks ago, but he wasn't, and he's only in the squad really because we've got injuries to Kenny McLean from Norwich and Ryan Jack from Rangers. So Gilmour got a call up. But I think he'll fit in. I think he'll take.
He could try.
In this England game.
Yeah, he's a hardy little footballer. But from an England perspective, I mean, I look at it on paper and I see the players we've got and the players you've got, and I still find it. Again, it's probably the Newcastle in me that people can be so so keen to write off this fixture and just be like, we'll see these off. We'll see these off. And with all respect to you, Euan, I hope they're right. But I just feel like I've seen some of those players and some of the players that have been lauded this season. Shea Adams went through some decent runs of form. Robertson, obviously, we know what he can do. Kieran Tierney. You've just mentioned Gilmore, Scott McTominay. And then the rest of the players, it's not like they're not like just shocking championship players. Something like you just said, Liam Cooper. Is it Liam Cooper? Yeah,
Liam Cooper
from Leeds, and I just feel like it can't be John McGinn. I mean, you get a lot of people saying John McGinn's a half decent player, so it's just it is. I'm trying to match people.
They're all Premier League players, apart from a couple. So it's going to be like a Premier League match.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a top Premier League team against a mid-table Premier League side. So
well, maybe so. And I'm just the nerves are starting to settle in now, like genuinely. And there's probably people watching this shaking their heads saying, "We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine." And I know with all due respect, he's went great against Czech Republic. Had a lot of the ball, but couldn't really carve out some proper chances. But in this game, I think form goes out the window. I think they're going to be right up for that Scotland. But that being said, what's your heart telling you? What's your head telling you in terms of predictions?
Two completely different things. My head is telling me that England will win, but not convincingly. I think if England win, I think they'll be quick out the blocks like they were against Croatia, and they'll tire towards half time, and then get that goal kind of straight after half time. Once we've had our big team talk, like we're 45 minutes away from getting a point, which would be good. England will score, and then that will kind of just kill the game off. So
maybe a bit similar to the Croatia game, then, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that would be similar to how I see it. My heart is telling me I'd love a 0-0 draw, just 0-0 draw, get it over with.
That's optimism for you.
And then the Croatia game at Hampden will be just huge because we know a win will get us through. Yeah,
I mean, it's a funny one. I mean, I had a lot of confidence in Scotland coming into this, and I still think you can do something. I'm hoping I'm completely wrong. I hope we can be a bit ruthless. Really go for it. I don't think Southgate will change too much. I think he will have that little shield in front of the back three or back five, what you ever want to call it, back four even. Sorry, and you've got Rice and Phillips there, and I think he'll play with the two centre halves and keep the fullbacks the same. I mean, I'd rather him change Trippier up for a proper left back, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if we go unchanged. I think a lot of people will be upset with that, given that we're playing sort of lesser opposition in air quotes than Croatia, but I think Southgate is very pragmatic, and I just feel that it's going to be the same team. And like you've just said, I think it's going to be edgy. I think it's going to be guarded. I think it's who can blink first. Who's going to blink first, and maybe we'll score. I think I'm going to go 2-0 England. I think it's going to be very similar to. It's a weird comparison, but Trinidad and Tobago in the World Cup of 2006. Where we struggled to break them down, and Steven Gerrard scored and Peter Crouch scored in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that game. I think the most worrying thing for me when I was watching the Croatia game was that Grealish wasn't playing.
Yeah,
because that had in my head that if Grealish isn't playing this game, he's going to play against Scotland, and Grealish worries me. If he is playing, then I'll be. I would be excited. I'd have a bit more. And this is no offense to the other players. I mean, I'd have just a bit more optimism if Grealish started, because I think he's more effective. You're really going for it, but then again, Phil Foden was absolutely brilliant against Croatia. His touch, he excites me so much. And Mason Mount, start of this football season, I didn't really fancy him that much, and he's just totally proved me wrong. So it's a nice sort of dilemma to have. Yeah. But I think Grealish, it's that he has a bit more of directness about him, and he can win a lot of free kicks. And I think with maybe Scotland being up for it, Grealish would be a good choice because would win a lot of free kicks and maybe get a few bookings and maybe send an off or something. But time will tell, Euan. Time will tell. Yeah. So you're going heart or head? What's your final? Nail it down. What score are you going for? I'll change it. I'll go 2-1 Scotland.
Whoa! Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm worried already.
Well,
I'm going 2-0 England, but I wouldn't be surprised if we conceded either. But, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But all I'll say is, best of luck after the England game. No luck during it.
Yeah.
I hope you can sneak that 3 points to maybe get you through third place. But until then, we're not enemies. We're just, I don't want to say anything nasty. But cheers. He's got the Tennants. I wish I had what's the pure England that I get? I wouldn't dare drink Carlin. Cronenberg.
Camden?
Yeah, pretty much. But cheers, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. Those watching, thanks for watching. It's good to be back. Come on, England and Scotland, sort of just do what you sort of sometimes do. Like the video, share the video. Please subscribe to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel, and I'll see you soon. See you later.